Suspended in the silent void of space, Earth glows like a living jewel, blue oceans swirling beneath white storms, continents lit by the warmth of the sun. Yet hidden beneath this beauty lies an invisible guardian, a force so subtle that most of humanity never notices it, but so powerful that without it, life as we know it would not exist. This unseen protector is Earth's magnetic field, a vast, dynamic shield extending tens of thousands of kilometers into space. It is not static. It is not simple. It is not gentle. Instead, it is a shifting, swirling barrier of charged particles and magnetic lines, constantly fighting against cosmic forces that would otherwise strip our planet bare. The sun fills space with a relentless gale of radiation, a solar wind that travels at millions of kilometers per hour. Without protection, this wind would erode our atmosphere, scorch our surface, and sterilize the world. But Earth is not defenseless. Deep within its molten core, a natural engine generates a magnetic force that wraps the entire planet in a protective cocoon. It is because of this invisible shield that Earth remains a world of oceans, forests, creatures, and people. It is why Earth is alive. At the center of our world, more than 5,000 kilometers beneath the surface, lies a realm of unimaginable heat and crushing pressure. Here, iron exists in two forms: a solid inner core surrounded by a churning outer core of molten metal. This liquid iron moves in complex, swirling patterns driven by heat escaping from the primordial interior of the planet. These convective flows create Earth's geodynamo, a self-sustaining engine that converts motion into magnetism. It is a natural generator operating on a planetary scale, producing the magnetic field that extends outward to space. What happens here determines the strength and shape of the magnetosphere, the magnetic bubble that surrounds Earth. In this vast, hidden ocean of molten iron, chaos reigns. Flows shift, currents collide, patterns evolve. Yet through this turbulence emerges the structure of a protective field that has persisted for billions of years. It is a reminder that Earth's deepest interior shapes the fate of everything living on the surface. As the magnetic field flows outward from the core, it travels through Earth's mantle, pierces the crust, and reaches out into space. Here it encounters the solar wind, an accelerating stream of charged particles ejected from the sun's atmosphere at tremendous speed. When this radiation strikes Earth's magnetic field, the field bends, twists, and deflects the incoming energy, forming a distorted bubble known as the magnetosphere. On the day side, it compresses like a shield under pressure. On the night side, it stretches into a long magnetic tail that drifts far into the shadow of Earth. This interaction is not static, it is a battle. Solar storms lash the magnetosphere with waves of particles. Magnetic reconnection tears open temporary cracks. Energetic particles spiral along magnetic lines, racing toward the poles and igniting the sky in shimmering curtains of aurora. Every moment, the magnetic field protects our atmosphere from the relentless assault of space weather. Without it, Earth would resemble Mars, a world exposed, dried, and shaped by the loss of its once thick atmosphere. We owe our oceans, our climate, and our very breath to this silent guardian. Earth's magnetic field does more than shield. It guides, it orients, it shapes the behavior of life across the globe. For centuries, humans have relied on compasses, simple tools that align with the magnetic field, to navigate oceans, cross continents, and map the world. But long before human exploration, countless species evolved to sense this invisible force. Migratory birds trace magnetic pathways across hemispheres. Sea turtles return to the beaches of their birth using magnetic memory imprinted in their brains. Even tiny bacteria align themselves to magnetic lines, using them as biological compasses. The magnetic field is woven into the survival strategies of life itself. When it shifts, ecosystems shift with it. Yet Earth's magnetic field is not a fixed system. It is dynamic, restless, always changing. The magnetic poles wander, drifting across the surface at surprising speeds. Over thousands of years, the entire field can weaken, strengthen, or even reverse its polarity. These changes do not merely affect compasses. They alter weather patterns, animal migrations, and the pathways by which solar radiation interacts with the atmosphere. Earth's magnetism is part of the living system of the planet. Although Earth's magnetic field is strong, it is not unbreakable. The field weakens and strengthens over time. Sometimes it becomes lopsided, with unusual distortions like the South Atlantic anomaly, a region where the field thins and satellites pass through zones of increased radiation. During periods of weakening, more charged particles reach the atmosphere. Satellites experience glitches. Radio communications warp and flicker. Power grids become vulnerable to geomagnetic storms, solar outbursts capable of knocking out electricity on continental scales. Yet even these disturbances pale before the greatest magnetic events known, geomagnetic reversals. Throughout Earth's history, the poles have flipped hundreds of times. North becomes south, south becomes north. The process unfolds over thousands of years, not in an instant, but in slow, shifting waves of magnetic instability. During these reversals, the magnetic field weakens dramatically, not enough to vanish entirely, but enough to expose Earth to heightened levels of solar radiation. These periods challenge life, technology, and the stability of the atmosphere. And though humans have never lived through a full reversal, our technological civilization may one day face the consequences of this ancient cycle. The magnetic field is strong, but it is not eternal. Today, satellites continuously monitor the magnetosphere, watching its shape ripple under the influence of solar storms. Supercomputers simulate its unseen flows deep beneath Earth's surface. Scientists track the wandering magnetic poles as they drift across the globe with increasing speed. These efforts are not merely academic. They reveal how fragile our technological world is, how easily GPS systems, aviation routes, satellites, and power grids can be disrupted by the interplay of Earth's magnetic field and the sun's space. Weather forecasting has become as vital as meteorology. Understanding the field's behavior is no longer simply a scientific pursuit. It is a necessity for the functioning of modern civilization. Meanwhile, our planet continues to change beneath us. The molten core stirs, magnetic lines fluctuate, the shield adapts, and we, standing on the surface, remain largely unaware of the cosmic battles being fought above our heads. Earth's magnetic field is a reminder of the deep connections between the planet's interior, the atmosphere, and the vast expanse of space. Why does Earth's magnetic field matter? It matters because it protects every breath we take. It matters because it keeps our oceans in place, our climate stable, and our skies free from radiation that would sterilize the world. It matters because it guides species across continents and shapes the survival of life in ways we are only beginning to understand. It is invisible, it is silent, but it is indispensable. Earth's magnetic field is the quiet guardian of the only known world that hosts life. A shield born in the depths of the planet, extending far into space, preserving the fragile layer of air and water where life thrives.